Tashidelek, everybody. Okay, more comfortable. So these cushions are comfortable. Today, actually, our topic is relaxing into the true nature of mind. And I will teach on how to relax into the true nature of mind while I'm resting and relaxing on my true nature of throne. So the throne design actually looks like a Tibetan throne. So true nature, how to relax. And so this is a very unique and profound method, which is very necessary, I think, in our life. First of all, we are actually very restless. Somehow we are very tired by actually kind of chasing our own mind, just kind of like getting carried away by the waves of our thoughts. So kind of like basically, in our life, in our actually existence, our mind actually plays the very important role. Actually, just kind of like everything we do, everything just kind of whatever we do in our life, somehow our mind is the one that is kind of like behind the scene or within the scene or just kind of like everything. So everything is somehow just kind of happening right in our mind. And that is why like it is very necessary to know actually how to relax and how to rest. And like sometimes we have a metaphor for our mind, like we say monkey mind, right? The monkey mind is actually, our mind is like a monkey which is kind of like always restless, just jumping from one end to another end, and just kind of always looking everywhere, like with a curiosity. Maybe it is there, maybe it's there, maybe it's there. Just kind of like our monkey mind, sort of like always moving and jumping and just running around, and somehow we kind of like feel very tired, like we feel like very restless, and then some kind of like feels very stressed somehow. So there is a very profound method actually on how to relax into this true nature of mind. And there is a very profound technique that was actually taught by, we believe that original teaching was from Buddha Shakyamuni, but somehow in Tibet, this method is kind of like a resting in the true nature of mind, or resting into the true nature of mind, or relaxing into the true nature of mind. We have one term that in Tibetan we use. We say in the Dzogchen tradition, actually that term was used very widely. It is called Sem Nyi Ngel So. Sort of like a Sem means mind, Nyi means nature of nature. So it is like when you put Sem Nyi means nature of mind or true nature of mind. Ngel So. Ngel means just kind of, Ngel's kind of like a tire. Like Ngel means tire or miserable. Soa means relief. So it's like the relief from the tiredness or stress. Relief, like a relief, or kind of like a, if I put it in a very simple word, Ngelso means rest or relax. So when we relax, what happens is we relieve from the tiredness, right? We kind of release ourselves from this kind of like a feeling of tired or restlessness kind of thing. So Sim Nying also is actually the Tibetan word, which kind of like, we say relax into the true nature of mind. And this teaching actually is very widely known in Tibet, and how to relax. And then before we do go into this workshop on how to relax into the true nature of mind, first we need to understand the nature of mind. What is the true nature of mind, right? What exactly is our mind? What is, like somehow, the mind is something that we all know, but still we all don't know. Right? It is like sometimes we say our mind is inconceivable by its nature. Mind is just kind of, it is like something there, and then like just kind of like it actually observe, it actually put everything together by our mind, but at the same time, the process of how it puts together is very mysterious. Very mysterious. Somehow, like there for thousands of years, I think there have been doing a research, right? People have been, like, if you go into searching for a description of the mind, then it will go back into many thousand years. Like for thousands of years, for many generations, many our ancestors throughout the history actually did a lot of research on what is mind, and how does the mind work, and what exactly is it? It's kind of like there are so many research, and even these days we are actually trying to figure out. And somehow it seems when we actually look at our mind, then sometimes it is actually very easy. Mind is always right there, right? Mind is there, but then when we go into detail of how it works and what it is, then it gets very kind of like confusing and like full of complex. Like there's like a full of complexity in our mind when we kind of go into the detail. So from a Buddhist point of view, then we actually came up with this kind of like the true nature of mind, understanding the true nature of mind. Like we actually, there is a like an outer outer sense, which is kind of like a 5 physical sense. And then there is the inner sense, which is like the inner mental sense. So somehow, to really understand the mind, first, the layout is first what we need to understand is we need to understand 6th sense. So it is like a 5 physical sense plus another sense, which is the mental sense. Because this 6th sense is actually like the, the foundation or the layout of our mind. If I kind of put it in a very simple kind of like a way, then how our mind put all together is actually, it is like the puzzle. Like our 5 senses, like for example, our eye sense, what does it do? Right? Our eye sense actually sees the color and the shape, right? Sees the color and the shape. And then ear senses actually perceive the sound of it. Then nose senses actually perceive the smell. And then tongue senses perceive the taste. Body senses actually senses the, the temperature and all this thing. So now, after our 5 senses, they actually individually do something that each 5 sense has a different function, and then sort of like at the end, these 5 senses actually bring sort of like whatever they perceive, whatever they kind of like, whatever they put together, and then give it to the mental sense. And then what our mental sense does is mental sense actually put all the puzzles together. So it is like this comes from the eye sense, this comes from the ear sense, this comes from the nose sense. And then somehow, when it put together, then our mind actually, when the mental sense all put together, then right at that time, what our mind does is mind actually put a label on it, right? Mind actually puts a label and saying, this is what this is. Sort of like, so this is like looking at the flower, we say, this is the flower, this is the table, this is the house, and this is, so like all this different label that actually projected by our mind. And then just kind of like when that image, when all this kind of like a puzzle put together, and there is an image that our mind makes, and then mind somehow actually perceived that as the real. So now the question is it real? Right? For example, I will put a simple, like there is an apple, right? So you're looking at the apple, and this, like the color of the apple, shape of the apple, and this like a pink reddish kind of color, and the shape is like however the apple shape, and then like maybe you can hit it on the apple and hear the sound, how apple sound, right? If you hit, like if you hit on the watermelon, like you can hear something. If you hit on the apple, so there is a sound of an apple there, right? And then like you smell it, then if it is a Fuji apple, it smells different. If it is a different, Gala apple, it smells different. So there's like different smell for that apple. And then you bite on it, and then you taste the apple, right? And then you actually feel if the temperature or the kind of texture, the texture of that is by the body sense. And so after you experience with all your five senses, then you actually go back. Now you don't have an apple, right? So now you go into your bedroom, and now you're thinking, I just ate an apple, right? So now in your mind, you have a very clear image of an apple. So your mind is now actually like this, whatever I ate, that is apple, and that is apple, and that is what it is. And you actually, now in your bedroom, you have a very clear image of an apple. And you actually strongly hold, or you grasp, whatever image you have in your mind that your mental sense put all together, that image. Now, what do you think? Your mind is holding it as an apple, and you actually got carried away, right? You yourself got carried away, and you will not separate that as a real apple or not a real apple, right? Like, how do you perceive? Do you look at that image of an apple in your mind, in your mental sense that you put together? There is a imagined apple, right? So that imagined apple, so is that an apple or not? That's the big question mark right there. Is that an apple or not? So in reality, that's not an apple, right? It is just an imagined apple, just an idea of an apple. So, but somehow our mind now very strongly hold on that image, like this is an apple, and that should be an apple, and that is what I ate. And but somehow we actually got sort of like too attached, right? We get attached to that image, and then we don't actually make any separation. It is just like whatever I imagine, that is an apple, and that should be an apple, and that is real. So now when you are in your mind, when you are holding on to that apple as a real apple, now is your mind actually seeing an apple or not? That's another question. Is your mind actually seeing an apple, or is it just seeing something else? Is it just seeing something that you have created in your mind, a picture of an apple, right? The puzzle that you all put together, that you actually, there is like in the box, in your mental box or imagination box, right? Your imagination box, you put that apple, and then like this is actually a big question to understand the true nature of mind. There are many research, like when we actually study logic in the monastery, there is a study of logic on this logic study is kind of like very simple, but the subject of that thing is that we actually, in Tibetan, we call Shingzin Tokpa, means it is actually the mind or the conceptual mind, the conceptual mind that actually sees the tree, right? So it is like you are in your room, you don't have a tree, but in your room you don't have a tree, but you are actually imagining the tree, right? So you're imagining the tree in your mind. So that actually is a question. Does the conceptual mind that perceives the tree, does that mind see the tree or not? Somehow is that image, that idea of a tree, somehow is that connected to the real tree or not? Is there some kind of connection there? So, there was a great Indian master, Dharma Kirti, ZaChoeje Rinpoche, actually says, yes, when you see that image of the tree, actually you see the tree. Why? He gave a beautiful metaphor. He said, so there is one person, actually there's a horse, and there's one person actually holding the rope. That rope is tied to the horse, right? And then that person is actually leading the horse. So at that point, what do you say? The person who is holding the rope, what do you think? Is that person holding the horse or not? Right? What is he holding? In reality, what is he holding? What he holds is a rope, right? A rope. But somehow, he is holding the horse. Why? Because the rope is attached to the horse. So that is why, even though what he holds is a rope, but it is considered that the person is holding the horse, and it doesn't, whatever he holds doesn't have to be the horse or part of the horse. So that's the metaphor he put it. That's why he said, even if you are sitting in your room with the tree, you are imagining the tree, you have the conceptual mind that you conceptualize the tree. And that you are actually looking at the tree, but somehow, the imagination of the tree, but somehow you are actually seeing the tree. Why? Because that is connected to the real tree. So now, this actually raises bigger question now, right? So, like that conceptualized tree, so you can, even in your room, there is no tree. So now, how can you differentiate between the delusional conceptual mind and the non-delusional conceptual mind, right? You can still kind of like have how can you say one is deluded, one is not deluded, one is legitimate, right? One is valid, and one is totally delusional. So, now it will actually lead us into how do we differentiate between, how can we differentiate what is the valid cognition and what is the deluded mind, right? How can we differentiate that we can say this is deluded and this is valid cognition? So now, for example, the apple that you just ate, and you have an imagination of an apple. And somehow, whatever you are actually imagining, and that is the conceptual mind that actually holding on to the apple, that is a valid cognition, right? Because somehow you actually had an apple, and that is your, that kind of puzzle together, and you are holding it. And then there is another kind of like a deluded one, which actually you actually didn't had a real apple at all, right? You didn't had an apple at all. You had a kind of hallucination. you have some sort of like a hallucination of an apple and eating it apple, and then you go back in your room, and then you totally kind of remember, or in your memory you have a very strong hold of an apple, and then just kind of like seeing the apple. So now, what is the difference between these two? The event that leads to having a apple, like a memory of an apple, and then through the kind of like what do you call? Hallucination, right? Like hallucination, kind of like you had a hallucination of having an apple, and then remembering when you go into your room and you remember the apple that you like. These two conceptual mind, one is a valid cognition, another one is a delusional, right? But then that actually become more complex. So that is why when we understand the true nature of mind, so these are the things that we need to understand. Somehow, our mind is a very mysterious phenomena. And then when we are actually learning and when we are trying to understand what is mind, then the one that is going to understand, that is also a mind, right? So mind is trying to understand the mind. And so somehow, this kind of like there is a beautiful metaphor or image that we usually use is when we are trying to understand the nature of the mind, then the mirror is the best metaphor. So mirror, so there is the mirror when our mind is like a mirror, that's what they say. So mind is like a mirror, and in the object that is reflected inside the mirror or on the mirror, so it is just kind of when you look at it, it exactly look the same, right? It is exactly kind of like whatever object is there, it is there. So that reflection actually, and looking at that reflection, the reflection of the flower on the mirror and the real flower, so appearance-wise, it is same. So now, when mind actually perceive, so it gets the reflection of an flower, and then somehow there is two options that you can understand. There is a real flower, and then this is a reflection. So reflection of the flower is not a real flower, but you cannot actually deny the fact that there is a real flower. So somehow that metaphor is the best way to make us understand the true nature of the mind. But anyway, that is just the introduction of our true nature of mind. And once we understand the true nature of mind, then resting and relaxing into that true nature of mind is just kind of like there are few methods that was taught by Guru Padmasambhava. So I will actually kind of like share or teach that today. And this actually is a very beautiful word. I tried to translate that into English. In Tibetan, it is really beautiful. So I'm not done actually with the translation. It's actually only a one kind of like a paper. But it actually goes like that. Lobön Chenbö Shengane, Lobön Rinpoche, Guru Rinpoche, Shenne. So this is actually, it is not, this message was kind of like kind of ear to ear, So it is like, it's not that Lobön Guru Rinpoche actually wrote it. Guru Rinpoche actually says it to his disciple. So, and then his disciple, said it to, their disciple. Then somehow, in the process of that, and this, some master actually put it into word. So that is why it was actually said by Guru Rinpoche. So the first, I will just kind of like it just to give you a feeling of what his method of relaxing into the true nature of mind. He said, "Samdo meve sem ni la." So this one word is even very profound. Samdo me be sem. So what is he saying? Samdo meva means inconceivable, unthinkable, unthinkable. Samdo meva. Sem means mind. So unthinkable mind, unimaginable mind, inconceivable mind. Sim, Nila means, Ni means nature, the true nature. So, like on this inconceivable and unthinkable nature of mind. So this is how he began the first word, the first line. Then second line say, Gomya magom cheler sho. Actually means, if I translate that into English, it is kind of like something like that. Meditate without meditation. See, meditate without meditation and let it be evenly open. Let it be open. Gomyang magom. And then Gomyang kelme means if meditate, if you have meditated, then it is okay. Kelme means okay, it is okay. Live it naturally, freely. See, now the two line. So this is the method. So we will go maybe more kind of in depth into what does that means. Like how can we meditate without meditation, right? And how can we leave it kind of like how can we leave it open, evenly open? How can we leave it open without the meditation that is actually not meditating? And even if you meditate, then it is like, it is okay. It is okay. Sometimes, okay, now I'm meditating without meditation. Okay, now kind of like immediately you notice that, oh, I'm already meditating. Then, Master, Guru Rinpoche said, it is okay. If you find out that you are doing a meditation, then it is okay. Then it says, Gomyang kelme tiller sho. Tiller means leave it. Just leave it naturally. Leave it naturally, without trying to do something. Without trying to kind of like do, or without trying to shape it into something. Just leave it naturally. So that is the one method, and then it goes on to more like yang yang mayin sener sho, yang yang kelme tiller sho. Wander, let your mind wander without wandering, and let it be playful. If you wander, it is okay. Live it freely, like that. And then tayam mata chokir sho. Gaze with your mind without gazing, and let it be watchful. If gazed, it is okay. Leave it, stare fixedly, like with the kind of blank eye. Just leave it like that. Your mind living it, staring kind of like blankly, like that. So there are actually toya mato, then mind emanate, then So these are actually some of the method that is kind of like to understand the true nature of mind, and then how to relax into how can we actually deal when the thought arises in our mind. And so there are actually a lot of methods and a lot of techniques that we will, during this workshop, maybe we will go and do maybe a little bit practice too. Sometime I think our mind actually is like an ocean. That's a good metaphor to actually understand the mind. Mind is actually like an ocean, and the thoughts are like the waves. Then you can understand, right? There is no ocean without waves. There is no wave without ocean. So, mind, there is no thoughts without mind, and there is no mind without thoughts. Somehow, it is just kind of the thoughts and the mind is just like the ocean and the waves. And so the most important part in learning how to relax and rest in it is like the best metaphor is learning how to, do the, what do you call that, like in, how do you say, surfing. Right? So if you know how to catch the waves, and then you actually like there is always a thought in our mind. It is like it's like the wave there. So somehow how we actually relax is we cannot actually run away. We cannot run away from our own mind, because we are the creature. We are creature that actually lives in the ocean. So it is like if we say, okay, my mind is just terrible, and I don't like the waves. That is in my mind. I don't like my thoughts. And so I wish that I can just go away, escape. So just, I wish that I can escape away. But then it's like the creature, the fish and the things who lives in the ocean, if they give up, right? If they say that I'm too tired to live in the ocean and I want to go outside, will they survive? They will not survive. Somehow, it is like if we are trying to run away from our own thoughts and our own mind, then somehow it is like we will not survive. Our existence will kind of dissolve, or we die. Right? So it is just like somehow we are like the creature that is in the ocean. So our mind is like the ocean, and the waves are like our thoughts, and we ourselves actually we live in this ocean. So the best thing is to learn how to live in it, right? How to relax in it. Because this vast, wide ocean of mind is very full of fun if we know how to live in it, right? If we actually live in it, then we can actually dive into it, see as some beautiful thing. Or there is like, of course, there is a wave, sometimes the very destructive waves are there. And sometimes there is very playful waves are there. But whatever it is not just kind of like a narrow, very small thing. It is wide, it is vast, wide, and deep, and just full of opportunities. So that's kind of like our mind. So our mind, if we understand our mind, if we see our mind in that way, then we will actually kind of like learn how to relax in it. And like the ocean, on the surface there is a lot of waves, but then sometime when you go deep into the ocean, then there's no waves. There's a calmness there. There's some kind of like there's a calmness. So even in our mind, if we go deeper and deeper into our own mind, there is a place that very calm, very actually serene, peaceful, calm. So that is kind of like we need to understand. So that is why when we learn how to relax into the true nature of mind, first we need to understand the nature of mind. So our nature of mind is like the ocean. So you can actually now understand a little bit, right? Understand a little bit. So that is why it is just kind of like understanding the true nature of mind, relaxing into the true nature of mind, resting into it. So it is just so natural. It is just natural. And somehow we create too much struggle. We create too much struggle with because we have so many fears, because we have so many bad experiences, because we have so many negative kind of like hurt feeling that as we live our life, that those kind of like experiences that we had in our life actually made us very fearful, very kind of narrow kind of thinker. And like somehow we just kind of like we feel like I am the victim, and I'm going like if I just kind of like living in a sort of like a very fearful covered shield, kind of like that. So just kind of like we need to actually kind of become more open, right? Become more open. As I said, the metaphor of the mind, it is the huge, vast ocean, right? And then this tiny fish, and just kind of, and it is somehow it is kind of true. There like in our mind there is in the ocean there is a many big shark there. But the difference actually is, in the ocean it's a real shark, but in our mind shark, it is part of our mind too. So it is like not, it is just kind of, it is not a separate entity, separate kind of thing. It is actually, if we totally understand, then we don't have to identify ourselves as that little fish. So that is actually where we need to kind of like let go of identifying ourselves with that limited view. So we need to actually identify ourselves with the whole ocean, a whole wave, whole, those big shark that is living in that mind. They are all part of you, part of ourselves. And so to understand that, then, if we truly understand that way, then somehow it is a very fearless state, right? It is a very relaxing state. And so to do that somehow, we need to actually have a lot of backup. We call it like merits, karma, good karma backup, a lot of blessings and a lot of these kind of things. So that is why when we do this kind of workshop, this is not just a ordinary workshop to, just kind of like something like just regular business workshop. It's a spiritual workshop, right? So it is. If it is a spiritual workshop, then somehow we need to create a lot of merits, actually, good karma, the karmic force behind that. And so there is actually, many times we have a preliminary, right? The preliminary thing, like the preliminary practices that we need to do. And the first part of the preliminary is, it is like very important because this kind of technique that we are learning, this method, we are learning it based on the Guru Rinpoche's teaching, right? So it is very, like the first is like, we call it like a Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga means kind of like a seeking blessing from your Guru. So it is like in Tibetan tradition, we actually do that with like honoring Buddha Shakyamuni as the origin of this teaching came into this world that we are learning actually came because of the Buddha Shakyamuni, right? The history, our historical Buddha Shakyamuni. If Buddha Shakyamuni actually, if he doesn't come into this world and he didn't teach what he has taught, then we will not get into this anymore. So that is why Buddha Shakyamuni, honoring Buddha Shakyamuni is one of the kind of like a Guru Yoga, seeking blessing. So it is like a first preliminary. The first preliminary is actually to get the blessing, we need to honor the master. So our real true master is Buddha Shakyamuni. So we honor the Buddha Shakyamuni. And then just kind of for this teaching, we are seeking actually blessing from Guru Padmasambhava. So that will be, because, Guru Padmasambhava, because, he came into this world. And then it actually says that in the future generation, if someone, if an individual, they call onto me with their deep devotion, he said, I will always be there. And somehow, Guru Rinpoche is a very mysterious guru, master, that somehow he came into this world, but there is like, we don't have any kind of like, what do you call, any patterns that he has. So it is like, there is no historical kind of like records of, he just, appears out of the lotus. Like maybe in these days, we will say he's an alien. Right? So he just kind of came into this world. So there's no trace. When he came, he was just like, I think he was just this young man looking like, and then like after many years, he just kind of, there is no record of his death even. So somehow, like he actually came into India, and then he came to Tibet, and who actually helped to flourish the Dharma in Tibet. And then he taught many masters, and then like he actually went from Tibet, he went to Bhutan, and then he just kind of like still people don't know where he. And there are many stories that in many Tibetan master, when they actually call onto his blessing with the deep devotion, he appears and bless us, bless the person, and then somehow open their mind and then understand the true nature of mind. Like that kind of many stories are there. And so these are all just kind of like some kind of like a mysterious spiritual kind of what do you call practice. So when we do this kind of workshop, we also follow this preliminary practice too, okay? So let us first do the Guru Yoga. First honoring Buddha Shakyamuni, and then when you honor Buddha Shakyamuni, just kind of like somewhere it is like you are actually saying thank you for the teaching, right? Thank you for giving this profound method. And so right now, just kind of like I don't get totally what you are actually teaching. So please bless me to get everything what you are teaching, right? I think that's kind of legitimate, right? Like whatever you teach, somehow I didn't get it. So please bless me to get it. So that is the best way of honoring Buddha Shakyamuni. So, and somehow, if we open that way, and then it will actually help us to understand the true nature of mind that what Buddha Shakyamuni has taught. So please put your hands together, and I will do the honoring chanting, and maybe Geshe-la also help, and some of you also know the Buddha Shakyamuni honoring chanting, right? So if you don't know, it is okay. You still just kind of put your hands together and just kind of from your deep heart, just kind of call on to his blessing. So, it is like Buddha Shakyamuni, you came into this world and you taught this. So I'm very thankful for this. So please, bless me to get all the meaning of what you have taught so that I can understand. So especially today is understanding the true nature of mind. So please bless me to understand the true nature of my mind, and then let me learn how to relax in my true nature of mind. So that is the Guru Yoga first part of the preliminary practice. So this is also part of our workshop practice. Okay, so just kind of like truly bring yourself together and put yourself together into the present moment. Many times, this, like when we put our hands together at our heart, that is actually a gesture too. It is a simple gesture because we do many things with our hand, right? So when we put it at the heart level, putting it together, it is actually symbolizing that I am putting myself together into the present moment. So it is the central. So I want to centralize myself because somehow my kind of like because we do so many things, it is like we are little scattered, right? Our energy is little scattered, our mind is little scattered, and just kind of like we are actually scattered. And so when you put your hands together, actually, it is actually physically what you are saying is, I am putting myself together. So, all this scattered thing I put together into this present moment. And also to the heart means it is true from my heart. So it is like centralizing, okay? So you centralize yourself by holding the hands together at your heart level, and then just kind of truly call on, like just kind of invocation of the Buddha Shakyamuni. And then just from your deep heart, you just kind of connect. You actually connect, just even though there is a time difference between now and Buddha Shakyamuni, but in reality, it's kind of not really a time difference. Buddha Shakyamuni, on some kind of existent level, his presence is still here. So we just need to open it, go from this present moment. Then sometime if we do that with the true kind of like feeling, I think pure feeling, sometimes just kind of like mysteriously connect. Sometimes mysteriously connect with the Buddha Shakyamuni and get our blessing like that. So please let us, first I will do the invocation and then do the honoring, okay? So inviting Buddha Shakyamuni presence and then honoring the Buddha Shakyamuni. Tamje done saje da sema la so me ba ta la de da nya ben ru ye ran jin jambo ne gyuru ji Malu semje gwengi gwengyuro jen de bonje mise jomze la ngena malu yanda kengyuro jomden gorje ne dire shek so jedara damba zamge ne lanama gene tse Haye chune taba yen tejen dagyen gudrus Omo saba dada gada abi kega de samaya shire ahum Kangi denjen dewa jung gaba meba kemeba cheba meba da meba hongwa meba drome Tadi teme denje me dreba nyeshi shedem Zobe sangye manamangi tamba tela cha cha lo Kangi doze nyerzo ne tawa tamje bangbe chire tambe chune denze kaodam tela cha cha lo Tishin sheba kego jenda dang go dang go ze chen dang shin gam so kyugi senjo sambo jenda tenda kona da so nyu wa sho Okay, so this is honoring Buddha Shakyamuni and seeking his blessing to make us understand the teaching on true nature of mind and how to relax into the true nature of mind. And so at this point, maybe also we will do the Guru Yoga based on Guru Rinpoche. So maybe because Guru Rinpoche's teaching to many lamas in Tibet and India, I think when they call on to Guru Rinpoche and seek his blessing, they got like a really kind of like a powerful blessing. And so maybe today we will do the invocation of the Guru Rinpoche, and then maybe by reciting some of his mantra and then honoring him. It is like honoring Buddha not Buddha Shakyamuni, Guru Rinpoche, Loben Padmasambhava, Guru Padmasambhava. And so sometime it actually really help you, even though we don't kind of see the Guru Rinpoche, but like when we call on, when we do the invocation of Guru Rinpoche, his presence will definitely come. And somehow this is a degenerated time, and we need a very powerful blessing that actually comes from Guru Padmasambhava, and we need some sort of like a what do you call support, right? We need a support from especially like a Guru Rinpoche, and I think his main motivation why he came into this world is to actually to give support, to help. And if we open ourselves, if we truly seek blessing and support, I think then they will come, right? They have to come, right? It is like my mission is to actually come here to support, and then when we truly need, when we really call, like with this, faith, and not out of suspicious thing, just really, I really need it, and then, it is legitimate that many masters in the past, they say, why do they lie? They don't have to lie, right? Like it is, what do they get out of lying like that? So, if they really get the blessing like that, and then why not? I will get. So it is just we let go. We let go of any kind of suspiciousness, or just like your presence is there, and I'm calling onto you, and so please bless me, support me, and help me to understand this, how to relax. And somehow, we have a very pure intention, right? And our situation, we really need to relax, because our situation right now is we got too much carried away by our own thoughts. So it is like we are just like the feather in the midst of the storm. That the storm is the mind, thoughts, and we are the feather. And so the storm comes from this direction, and the feather, like us, go, carried away there. So then it is there, it is there, it is there. It's just like we are right now in a need, because my thoughts, somehow I let myself carried away. I let myself lose all the control with the situations everywhere, just and then just I feel so tired now. My monkey mind is so restless now. And maybe sometime I think there is a very interesting story that Guru Rinpoche actually came into this world on the year of monkey. And this is actually 2016 is the year of monkey. So we every 12 years there is a big celebration and ceremony in where Guru Rinpoche's temples, monasteries, so because it is every 12 years. So somehow maybe I think there is a great significance that Guru Rinpoche actually came into this world in the year of monkey. So, and especially, I don't know, this 2016, we say it is a fire monkey. And I came to this astrology, because Chinese and Tibetan, we have the same, we follow the same kind of calendar. So there was this Chinese astrologer actually said, this year is a fire monkey. Monkey is actually always restless, right? And then fire, again, it is very uncontrollable. So when they, from the element, it's a fire, the year of fire. And then from the animal, it's a year of monkey. When they got together, then I say, what is the effect that is going to happen this year? And then she said, there will be many crazy people. Mentally crazy people will appear this year. So the fire monkey year is the, maybe, it is a year that we will get crazy. Right? Our monkey mind gets on the fire. Right? So actually, usually when the monkey is not, like a fire, so restless. Then when there is a fire, it becomes more restless, right? It's just like a fiery monkey. So maybe somehow it is all in the air. So this 2016, so that, from an astrological point of view or whatever, I don't know, maybe I totally kind of don't like 100%, but seems like it. But seems like it. There's like so far now it's just September, right? So so many mentally crazy people came up on the surface. And many of us, we are all following it, right? So anyway, so this is a fire monkey year, and so we have to be a little careful. So, if your mind is getting a little crazy, then just blame it onto the fire monkey year. So it's just like, okay, well, it's a fire monkey year. I'm okay. So next year, maybe a little bit cool down. But I don't know. The next year is a rooster. So I don't know the nature of the rooster, how relaxing it will be. But anyway, because I was thinking about the Guru Rinpoche and the year of monkey, and I remember. So anyway, because it is the year of monkey, I think somehow maybe there is from a time point of view, maybe there is some good connection there. Like if we call on to Guru Rinpoche, maybe it will, because this is the time, and situation is also, our monkey mind is very fiery right now, right? So we need Guru Rinpoche's help to actually extinguish that fire and rest, right? Totally rest, and not kind of like get carried away or, just kind of feel the restlessness. So anyway, again, we will put our hands together and do the invocation of Guru Padmasambhava. Even though you don't know the chanting, I will do the chanting. So it is like invocation, calling on to Guru Rinpoche. And then maybe as an honor, to honor the Guru Rinpoche, maybe to seek the blessing, we will recite his mantra. And maybe if you don't know the mantra, then I will repeat, I will say the mantra and you will repeat with me. And so first invocation, inviting the presence of Guru Rinpoche into this place to bless us, to help us, and to support us to understand the true nature of mind, and then to rest and relax into the true nature of mind. Chingi labjire she su su guru pema siddhi hum. Okay, so please repeat the mantra with me. Om Ah Hum Benza Guru, Pema Siddhi Hum, Ahum, Benza Guru, Pema Siddhi Hum, Ahum, Benza Guru, Pema Siddhi Hum. Okay, so can you say the mantra together? Maybe we will say a few times to seek the blessing from the Guru Rinpoche, okay? Om Ahum Benzang Guru Bema Siddhi Hum. 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 Okay, so this is honoring, and then like we will conclude that with the request. So this is a requesting prayer to Guru Rinpoche. Tuzuma Zangye Guru Rinpoche Nguda Ngudu Gunda Dewa Chimbu Jang Parje Gunse Dundu Changmo Se Sowan Dezo Jingye Labdos China Samwe Parche Shiwa Dan Samba Lungi Rubara Chingi Lo. Okay, so this is a request. Actually, this requesting meaning is Tuzum Sangye Guru Rinpoche means the 3 times enlightened being. You are Guru Rinpoche, you are the 3 times. So past, present, future. And Ngudu Kunda means you have all the attainment, very powerful attainment, with a great bliss. And then you are very powerful to remove our obstacles. So please help us, help me, help us to overcome and to remove all the obstacle, outer obstacle, inner obstacle, secret obstacle, whatever obstacle is there, please remove them. And then Sambalhungi Drubar Chingilops means all my spiritual wishes be fulfilled spontaneously. So that is the requesting prayer to Guru Rinpoche. So with that is actually the first part of the preliminary to actually go into how to relax into the true nature of mind. It is very necessary. It is very important to seek the blessing from the master. Okay, so and here today we did the seeking blessing from the Guru Rinpoche and the Buddha Shakyamuni. Okay, so that is the first. Sometime some practitioner actually there are 7 preliminary practice, and like some like a very devoted, dedicated practitioner actually use this 7 preliminary practice. Like they do that the first preliminary practice for 7 days, 1 week. And then second preliminary for another week. And then third preliminary for the, third week. So it is just kind of like sometime, like if you are very devoted and dedicated, then first week just do the Guru Yoga. Guru, seeking blessing from Buddha Shakyamuni, seeking blessing from Guru Rinpoche, and Just kind of like you do that for 1 week. And then second week, then do the second preliminary, which is Sonyi Zoba Mendege Lamkir. So the second preliminary is actually to collect the merit, make the offering, mandala offering. So mandala offering, is kind of like a very kind of like effective, very effective somehow practice to gather or collect merits or good karma. So like the second preliminary practice is called the mandala offering. So usually we do the mandala offering, right? So the mandala offering actually, mandala means kinkor. Kinkor means just the offering the universe. So it is center of the circle. So it is kind of like the word mandala. It's a Sanskrit word, right? Like I think I see now in America and many European country, I think like this word mandala is using it's very famous. I even saw some like a restaurant called Mandala, and then some jewelry store Mandala. I don't know. Like there are mandala. It is kind of maybe. I don't know if people know the meaning or not, but it is kind of like becoming like an English word now. Originally, mandala is a Sanskrit word. And in Tibetan, we actually say kilkor. Kil means center, middle, center. Kor means just kind of like a korwa, means kind of cycle going round. So somehow mandala means center of the circle. So center of the circle, I don't know why we call the mandala the center of the circle, but actually it really makes sense, right? The universe, our existence actually is the center of the circle, right? Everything just kind of circle. Like if you go look into what is the image of the universe? Like when you think of universe, what image you're getting? Just kind of like you get the image of like the universe, right? But like even I don't know where this word come from. Universe is also a very interesting word. Like I think the word the universe actually come from maybe Latin, but if you kind of separate the meaning of this, even it has a very interesting meaning for that, right? Uni sort of like it means one, right? It is uni. Uni means opposite of multi, right? So it is actually, it should be opposite, right? Our universe should call a multiverse, right? But somehow it is called universe. I don't know who made this. Who made the word like our existence is called the universe, but actually it is a multiverse. Like there are so many verse, so many things there. But one verse. Verse actually is like a song, right? Song, verse, word. So it is kind of like the word itself, the universe, and then in Tibetan, kilkor. I think very interesting. Like I don't know, there is some kind of connection there. But anyway, the mandala offering, which means we call it like a kinkor, sort of like the center of the circle. So that is actually the name of the, just kind of like your universe. So like my mandala, my kilkor means my universe. So somehow it is also my universe, your universe, everybody's universe. I think like our universe actually goes on parallel, right? So, like, I think really everybody has our universe. You know, my universe, in my universe, I am the center, right? Everything goes around me, right? So at the center of my universe, I exist. In the center of your universe, you exist. So somehow we, like our kind of like our universe, in my universe, your universe, so every universe actually exists here parallelly, right? But somehow, karmically, we are connected. We have some kind of connection there. So, Kil Khor, center, the round cycle, the round of the cycle universe. So actually, when we actually make the offering, mandala offering means, so my universe, it belongs to me, right? So, like, if it is then I have full rights to offer it. Like, what I do with my universe is my my choice. What you do with your universe is your thing. So, mandala offering. So when we do the mandala offering, what we're saying is, I want to upgrade my universe. Right? So now it is the question, do you want to upgrade or just want to downgrade it? Right? So your universe, whoever lives in my universe, I am the creator of my universe. Right? Somehow, it is kind of like in my universe, I am the God. Right? I am the creator. I am the creator of my own universe. So somehow, if you look into this, so I manage my universe, I created my universe, and I have a full rights what to do with it. So when we actually somehow, when we do the mandala offering, it is kind of like a very powerful practice of letting go of the attachment. Many times, when we actually look into our universe, like with my delusion, if I have a delusion, if I have a very strong attachment to my own universe, then where I'm creating that energy, where I'm creating that mess, I am creating it in my universe, right? So if I have a lot of attachment to my universe, then somehow I am polluting it. I am actually making mess. I'm making a lot of dirt, unnecessary thing, unnecessary in my universe. So, like in my universe, if I have a lot of aversion or angry or hatred, like in my universe, there are many things that I don't like. All of us, right? In our universe, we don't have many things that we don't want and we don't like. And for those things, what we do, we actually generate some sort of aversion. And then, through aversion, we make a lot of pollution there. And then, we have so many things that we get attached. So with the attachment, with the possessiveness, with this kind of very strong kind of like a thing, we make another mess. So, like the more actually we make mess in our universe, what happens is our universe actually get more and more downgraded. So the more we downgrade, what happened? It become miserable. That is what's happening. So that is why this mandala offering practice is a very interesting practice. It is saying, my universe, now I want to, the intention is I want to upgrade it. I want to upgrade it by how? How we can upgrade it? By actually saying, this universe, like we have a chanting, right? ZaChoeje Rinpoche. So my universe, this is a ground. Now I'm in this ground of my universe, I imagine this Mount Meru, the sun, moon. So it's just kind of basically everything that exists in my universe. And this is my part of it, right? You're not offering the other part of it. You're not offering the things that it doesn't belong to you. That like whatever in my universe, these all things are created by my karma, and it all belongs to me. And now I want to make it better. I want to make it better. So this ground, and I sprinkled that with the incense, I sprinkled that with the flowers, so make it more beautiful. Means now what I want to do with it. What I want to do with it is I want to offer this to the enlightened field. So enlightened universe. So it is saying, I want to offer this to the enlightened field, means if your universe connect with the enlightened universe, then somehow it is upgrading, right? So when you actually do that, that is a great transformation. So it is like you are bringing transformation into your universe. So when the more you do that, then actually what happens is actually it will actually help to clean our universe more. The pollution that we have, like when you offer this to the field of enlightenment, somehow you let go of this very strong grasping to your universe. So, and then somehow, when you offer this to the field of enlightenment, then the field of enlightenment is an object of respect, right? It is an object of respect. Then your universe become an object of respect. So somehow, like when you offer this to the field of enlightenment, then it is your universe that actually you actually respect. Because now it become an object of respect, and somehow I want to respect my universe. I want to let go of attachment to this universe. I want to let go of aversion, like I will not have any ill will or any kind of like a negative hatred, anger, or anything like that to my universe, because it is now connected to the field of enlightenment. See, that is the mandala offering. So that is why, to really understand what is the meaning of mandala offering, I think mandala offering has a very powerful message. Many Buddhist practitioners, they go to some place and they offer many, mandala, 100,000 mandala. You just keep going on offering the 100,000, they do the mandala. But many times, people don't actually understand. What is the point behind that? Why? Why are we doing this? How mandala is actually helping my spiritual development? How it is helping? But actually, help is that way. If we do that in that way, with that understanding, then the accumulation of merit, it is a huge accumulation of the merit. It is kind of like accumulation of merit, meaning you are actually cleansing your universe. So your universe actually become more clean, And whatever there is, everything is valuable. Everything is precious. Everything that you have in the universe is now, it is a valuable thing. There is nothing that is unnecessary. It is like everything there is valuable. So it is something precious. So that is why, with the mandala offering, then what happened is you actually, the benefit that you get is actually you find how valuable your universe is. You will actually respect your universe. So will not get attached to your universe. There was actually one of my friend, also he's like a spiritual guidance, that Geshe Palden Thapa, great master. It was a story that he went to Japan, and then he's like people brought him to this beautiful Zen garden, and like when he saw this beautiful Zen garden, immediately he got so amazed, like, wow, this is so beautiful, like just kind of got just totally amazed with the beautiful view of it. And then immediately what he did, it just instinct. He just put his hand together and he said, I offer this to the field of enlightenment. And, I think that's the kind of like that. So because as soon as we see something really beautiful, what happened is we make that beautiful thing into ugly by our attachment, right? So when you actually experience something beautiful, now that is in your universe, and you don't want to make that beautiful thing ugly by polluting, by painting with your attachment and, right, with your thing. So that is why it is kind of like it's very instinct kind of prayer, like some master actually do that. That actually shows that the mandala offering is how accumulating the merit. So that is just another story like that. So anyway, second one is mandala offering. So the meaning of the mandala offering is that. And so, we have a mandala offering mudra, right? This is called the mandala offering mudra. So just kind of, if you know how to do this, please do that way. If you don't know, then during the break, if you are interested, learn it from your person who knows. It's very not so difficult, and the not important thing. It's just like the thing, like how we put the hands together. That's a symbol, right? And then if you just kind of do like this, that's a symbol. The important thing is not the physical part, okay? Not the physical part. The important thing is your mind part. So in your mind part, you put your universe together, right? You put your universe together and truly respect it, and you actually just kind of like, maybe I'm using the language upgrade. Maybe that is something that everybody knows, right? Now we have so many technology things that every year it is getting upgraded. So to make it better, right? So it's kind of like you want to upgrade your universe to and then just kind of generate a respect. So to make it plentiful, abundance, and then in offering it to the state of enlightenment, that is like a mandala offering. So with this, when we do that, what happens is we actually collect like the limitless merit. So these accumulation of merit actually become a force to make us understand the true nature of mind and how to relax into the true nature of mind. Okay, so if you are ready, then please perform this second preliminary practice, which is Mandala Offering. Okay, and if you know the chanting, please do the chanting. Then if you don't know the chanting, just visualize. Visualize in your mind that I want to offer my universe to the field of enlightenment, and then, generate this great respect to your universe. Idam Guru Radna Mandala Kamne Reyatayami. So this is the second preliminary, which is the Mandala Offering. So you offer your universe, and then just kind of like you dedicate whatever you have accumulated the merit, may it become beneficial to all the sentient beings. So bring more peace, more happiness, more things, good things, helpful things into the universe. So that is the second preliminary practice. So mandala, the first one is Guru Yoga, seeking blessing from the Guru. And then second is to accumulate great merit, you do the Mandala Offering. And then third one, the preliminary, is called Dimni Jangwa Yigijabe Lamkir. Means to purify the negativities, like the practice of Vajrasattva. So it is like cleansing. So somehow we need to do some cleansing, purification, kind of like the negative karma that we have collected, not only from this life. There are so many negative karma that we have collected from our past lives. So somehow in our mind stream, we are carrying those negative karma. And somehow we need to kind of let our burden go a little bit, because somehow with all this negative karma that we carry from our past life, it is very heavy. So we are somehow, it is like there is a heaviness in our mind. And maybe sometime the tiredness or restlessness that we are feeling in our daily life is because of those burden, the negative karma burden that we are carrying. And so it is necessary for the preliminary to actually purify, to clean, like cleansing kind of a practice. So to do the cleansing, the best method is reciting the Vajrasattva. So we will actually do the short Vajrasattva mantra, and then just kind of like visualizing that all the negative karma kind of washed away, kind of clean, kind of become clean, purify, sort of like that. So that is going to be the third preliminary. So there are 7 preliminary. So the first one we are done with seeking the Guru Yoga kind of practice, and then Mandala Offering practice, and then a purification practice. Okay. So I think maybe before we do the purification, I think it's a lunch break, I think. Right? So how are you holding together? Are you good? So maybe we will go the preliminary kind of little by, because these are important things. This is to actually go into the actual resting, relaxing into the true nature of mind. These preliminaries are actually important, like as a preparation. So we need to go, and as I said, in the Tibetan tradition, like if you are really serious and then you really kind of dedicated, devoted, like you can actually apply that. Just make it like a 7-week preliminary practice. 7-week preliminary practice. 1 week you just focus on the seeking blessing, and just keep reciting the Guru Rinpoche's mantra, and seeking just kind of that. And then 2nd week you just keep doing the Mandala Offering just as much as you can. And then 3rd week you can just do the Vajrasattva, purification, like that. And then the 4th week, just kind of like another one, which is like understanding the, preciousness of your life and impermanence nature of your life. Just kind of meditating on how precious your life is and how impermanent your life is, how it is changing every moment, which actually help you to bring yourself more on the track. So, and then the 5th week, sort of like lamgyung ondodwa, kyamdu lamkir. Then that 5th week, just do the refuge. Like going for refuge to Buddha, going for refuge to Dharma, going for refuge to Sangha, like that. And then 6th one, sure lamdodwa, changshu lamkir. So it is kind of like you practice on bodhicitta. It's just kind of like for the benefit of all sentient beings. I truly wish to become enlightened. My wish to become enlightenment, the main purpose is not selfish reason. It is for the benefit of all sentient beings, like that. Then spend 1 week like just meditating and visualizing, thinking like bodhisattva, or like a practice of bodhicitta. And then 7, like understanding the emptiness, the true emptiness. What is the meaning of emptiness, like that? So see, that's a 7 week, and that's a 49 days. So somehow, then you actually do the apply the actual meditation, how, then it is very different. It is different how you actually understand the true nature of mind. That will bring the result like that. So just kind of during this maybe 1 week or 2 weekend, so I'm just kind of giving you the instruction. Just by instruction, it will not change. So what you need is my instruction that I give you, you take that instruction, apply it, right? You apply that in your daily life and then see, So it is just kind of the instruction is just an instruction, right? You go to the store and you buy a table and there comes with the instruction how to put it together, right? So you truly understand how to do it. But then if your thing that you bought, you left it there, you'll know the instruction, then that will not do the work, right? Just the instruction. Instruction is in the paper, you study. And so by studying the instruction, the table will not all come together automatically, right? So after you got the instruction, then you go and bring that thing, and then just whatever tool that you need, just put it together, and the application engaging into the work, right? That is kind of that is instruction. So my job, I'm just giving you instruction, okay? So it is you get the instruction, and then just kind of here, I'm kind of we do the supplication, Guru Yoga, right? That, and then Mandala, and then, just kind of we will do the Vajrasattva kind of purification and things like that. So you actually take the essence of how you do it, then, just kind of even if it is for very short time every day, it is not a quantity, it is the quality. So out of 24 hours, actually, you can take out maybe 5 minutes, right? You can excuse yourself from your life, say, this is my dedication. 5 minutes from my 24 hours. I will, put this practice. Losing 5 minutes from your, 24 hours, I think it is you're not wasting it, right? Somehow you are actually, that 5 minutes of your 24 hours every day, it is if you kind of polish it. And somehow, then, I don't know, when you look back, when you are into your life, and then it is I have something, right? I have something. I did something with my life. And it is not wasted. And then it is, I think, something like that. So that is why, just take my instruction as a totally instruction. Okay, so this is an instruction, and so keep it in your mind. And then, if you think this is helpful, I truly want to relax in my true nature of mind, then I will actually, give myself a try, right? I will give myself a try. See, for 7 weeks, let me see if I can do this, right? So just kind of for 7 weeks, every day, 5 minutes, I'm going to put this preliminary practice and see what happens. Maybe something will change, right? Something will actually, it will help you to understand your true nature of mind, to understand yourself, and then just kind of relax, or just kind of being comfortable, right? Relax means being comfortable. When you are relaxed, when you are resting with your true nature of mind, another meaning for resting into true nature of mind is no more fighting, right? You are in harmony. You are no more fighting. You are actually comfortable with your mind. If you are comfortable with your mind, then you don't need anything. Right? Only thing that we are not okay in our life is because somehow we are not comfortable. We are not relaxed with our own mind. The mind is the one that is actually giving us the challenge, not the outside one. We think that it is coming from the outside, but it is not really coming from the outside. The real challenge is here. If we know how to deal with this, then the outside is just simple. It is like we have a choice whether we take it in or not to take it in. Right? So that is another meaning for resting. So anyway, without talking too much, we will go for a lunch break here. I think maybe around 2 o'clock, and we will go into another few preliminaries. Okay? Yeah.